The threat of wildfires here on the peninsula, right in our very own backyards. How can we better protect ourselves? That is the focus of this edition of Community Connection on Location. I'm Liz Brown Swanson, and I'm here at the Peninsula Fire Expo put on by the LA County Fire Department. This event couldn't be more important here at the South Coast Botanic Gardens, as it's an important event to give out information to the community about fire protection and safety. And it couldn't come at a better time, as we are witnessing a rash of fires around the Southland, including a recent fire right here below City Hall in Rancho Palos Verdes that gave everybody great concern. Fortunately, that fire was put out in a few hours, but it reminds us about the dry conditions here and what we all need to do to remain safe.
So much of this is simply education. We've got great professionals in our fire department that can help our residents understand what they need to do. It's not always intuitive, brush clearance, things like that, but there are things you can do just to make it more likely that if there is a fire, doesn't reach your house, doesn't destroy your property. People need to be safe. It's not only safety of the people, but safety of their property as well. Well, the Fire Expo has a bunch of exhibitors, the fire department, as well as a lot of different exhibitors with products to help educate the public as to what they can do proactively to prepare for a fire. Things they can do to protect their homes, things like that. So important.
Today we're here at Fire Expo 2008, Los Angeles County Fire Department. The theme is Living in the Fire Zone. We took into consideration the danger and the hazards countywide in light of the fact we've had these disastrous fires this last month, the last few weeks, and the tremendous media coverage. This was a key time to come out and address the communities of Palos Verdes and to help educate them, give them a heightened awareness, and improve their own fire safety in their community, and try to have them partner with us to improve the fire safety throughout the community.
The challenges we have is behind the gates. It's a very high severity fire zone, which means there's a lot of brush that can burn. And our challenge is just to make sure that all the residents, and they're very good at it, keep their brush clearance. Because in the event that we have a fire, like we did a couple of weeks ago, the fires have a tendency to run up to the canyons. So a lot of the homes are on the outskirts, and so the fires will run up. And there are a lot of canyons, and so the challenge again is just to try to keep everyone cleared with their brush, at least 200 feet.
And the entire peninsula is classified as the very high fire hazard severity zone. This classification was instituted after the firestorms of 1993. And since then, we have developed a lot of fire science. A lot of calculation goes into what we determine to be a serious fire situation and a fire danger situation. What the people can do to make their community safer, what they can do to make their own self safer, is to consult with their local fire stations, consult with the Fire Prevention Division and Bureau of the Los Angeles County Fire Department, and to bring our experts out to their community service groups, to their neighborhood watch programs, to the city councils, whatever kind of community service organization they have. We can make presentations that will help them become more aware of how to become safer in their community.
Specifically with brush clearance, what do residents need to know? What does that mean?
There's a whole lot that goes into making your community safe, to making your property safe around your house. It's not only brush clearance. One of the presentations today is building construction in the zone, in the wildland urban interface zone, and that is making your house safer when you remodel it, or when you can build a new house, or even taking the existing home you have today, making it safer, having somebody come out and evaluate what it is I can do to make my home safer. Brush clearance isn't the only thing. It has to do with window glazing, type of roof you have, vents that are on the house. When we get into brush clearance, we also talk about fuel modification and vegetative management. People think the fire department just wants them to clear their brush 100, 200 feet away from their house. Well, believe it or not, you just watched on TV lots and lots and lots of homes burn in very expensive neighborhoods, and they had brush clearance, they had good brush clearance. It's not just about brush clearance, there's more to being safe in your neighborhood.
What would be some of those things those people could do then beyond that brush clearance to have better protected their homes?
Well, their homes could be ultimately fire safe with a totally non-combustible roof. Probably in the building construction side, better windows, uh, better venting, everything sealed around the house, and nothing up against the house. Make the house so it's totally fire safe on the outside. Just like you wouldn't stack firewood right outside the house, which we've been doing all our life because that's where you go to get it at night. And as far as brush clearance is concerned, bringing the brush away from your house, even the live green plants you have are burning, and that's what we saw burning in the Montecito, Santa Barbara area. Those are live fuels that were on fire, not dead fuels. And the moisture levels on the live fuels was way down. So they got to be careful about their live fuels. I know here in Palos Verdes, I've been all over this peninsula in very beautiful neighborhoods. They have beautiful trees right by the house, and I know the trees are alive, but they will still burn, and they will create a situation in high wind conditions where embers will travel up to 2 miles. And those embers land on roofs, they land in gardens, they land in trash cans, and then they're going to smolder and burn.
Just be prepared. And the way you do that is don't worry. When we say evacuate, we really need you to evacuate because sometimes we're doing it early so that we don't have the life issue. Life is more important to us than buildings, and that comes first. So we try to eliminate that problem. So we ask, everyone to just get your files together. Just put one little crate together, something that if we ask you to leave, you can pick it up and you can go and gather all your children, all your your pets, and then don't worry about your house because we're going to do the best we can to save it. 20 years ago, there were only 7 women on the department, and we have about 37 now. So I was number 7. And a lot of people had never seen fire women on the job, and that's quite natural. It was a non-traditional position, and what I've noticed is that everyone is always happy to see representation of other genders, and I was just happy to be a part of it. I guess that's called trailblazing, and anything that I've ever asked of the community, they've pretty much done it. And the guys, it took some getting used to because no one's used to having women. And if we're thought about like sisters or mothers and some wives, I think that type of attitude changed a lot of thought, and the fact that we could actually do the job helped. So I just saw a lot more teamwork over the years as I've grown into the department.
And how about the future for firefighting for you? 20 years, you're going to be doing this for a lot longer, and what motivates you to do what you do?
If I had to do it all over again, I most certainly would do it. Maybe change a little things here or there, but what motivates me is the fact that we actually go out and help and actually do something that's worthwhile. There's skills that you'll have that you'll take with you for the rest of your life, and I love being out and talking with the community, hands-on kind of thing, always something new. I probably will only do another 10 years. 5 years, 25 is what we need to do to get our medical, most people with retirement, but 30 years is probably optimal, and just so that I have the age right for retirement, I'll probably do 30 years.